Good morning. Monday morning coffee. How are you doing today? Oh yeah, a little different, right? There's a great story actually behind this, and this is a little bit what I'm going to share with you today. Carla, good morning. How are you? Good to have you here. How's Cabo, by the way? Pretty sure this time's like lovely. I've seen like a picture of a friend of mine, which was going to one of those nice organic restaurants that there is in Cabo, and was saying like it's really nice to go back there. So very happy to see that people are starting to become alive again and start moving. So you see, I'm all clean. My wife's really happy. Vicky, good morning. Guillermo, good morning. Marcia, Marcia, good to have you here. So the question for you today is, are you willing to follow instructions? And the reason why I'm asking you this is because part of me shaving is, it's been, my mentor told me like, you should be shaving. And well, I explained like what is happening and why I let my beard grow. And I always do this from time to time, which is kind of a transition period. And because of this lockdown, I said, okay, so I'm gonna let grow my beard, see like, you know, how long this thing's gonna last. And was a little bit more than 100 days. So very happy to get back to normal, to my normal self actually right now. And my daughter was like, no papa, no. She was not too happy about that actually. She says like, you look way too young. So are you willing to follow instructions? And especially when you're having mentorship. Good morning, Eric. Greg is here. Damduin, good to have you here. Yes, no beard. If you have a mentor, if you have someone with whom you're working, it is extremely important that you're following instruction. Good morning, William. You know, when you're here right now, just put us an emoji, just put us a little hi into the comment, you know, get involved. Like, I want to hear a little bit about you, and I want to be able like to have more of an interaction with you. I really love like to hear like what are your thoughts while I'm doing those lives. But if you follow, if your mentor is saying to you, do this and do that, there's something extremely important for you, why you should follow through. And that's because that you're putting yourself into the same mindset that your mentor, that your instructor. And you chose that person for a reason. It's probably because that person has demonstrated that they know what they're talking about through their results. So why would you not follow the instruction when they say you should do this or you should do that? Now think about it. Because there's so many people that come to me and ask me, oh, Marc, what should I do? And I give a lot of instruction for free, like a lot of advices and stuff like that. I mean, I'm very like, you know, giving in this case. And then people continue to do the thing on their own, you know, they're not following through instruction. And then they're wondering why it's not working. And then most of that is after that, they're hiding. And they're not understanding why. Yeah, but the thing you said doesn't work. You did not follow the instruction. Hence, you did not elevate yourself to where the instruction was, which if you would have done it, you would see results appearing. That is how it works. But so many people are asking for advice. When the advice is given, they're not following through. I mean, why are you wasting your time? Why are you wasting the time of the person that gives you the advice? And I'm not referring this to me right now. I'm referring this in general. This is what people are doing generally. Imagine that. What you are looking for is approval, and you want to get the opinion of other people. You're not looking for instructions. And it makes me laugh so much. Mika is here from Thailand. Good morning. Or like probably good afternoon, good evening in Thailand. Natasha from Amsterdam. Good afternoon. Lee from South Africa. I love this. How cool is that? No, nowadays, and I have to say that I'm very, very grateful and very fortunate that I have friends all over the world. I have people in my circle, like from really all over the world. And I have friends, I can travel pretty much anywhere. And well, the place that I would like to travel, and there's someone I know there that I could go to and can have like a nice evening, a nice dinner, a nice time. And this is something that I absolutely love, and I feel very, very fortunate. And that's the beauty about living in this world. There, Tammy is in Gatineau, Quebec, which Quebec is my hometown. Quebec City, not Gatineau. Gatineau, if you know a little bit about the province, that's closer to the Ontario border there, like between the two provinces, close to Ontario, which used to be called Hull, which they changed the name was to English. If you know about the history in Quebec, it's very interesting. Matthias Helsinki, wonderful. Like a lot of people from all over the world. So much fun, so good. Now let's go back to the topic. Are you following instruction? Are you good at following instruction? And that is something that you must integrate into your life. And by the way, I was really bad at it, okay? Guilty as charged. It was something that I had to learn. And that's only when I started learning that I became really good. And I started getting results. Paulina just joined. Mexico, Guadalajara. But we think that we know better. We think that we are, we think that we are in charge. Copenhagen, it's cool this morning. There's a lot of people from all over. Janet just joined. Good morning. So this is something that you absolutely have to learn. You have to learn to truly get to know how to follow instruction. Otherwise, you will not be able to tap into your mentor, your coach, the person that is helping you to bring you up to where you want to go. And that is like, this is a fast, you want to have a fast track to success. That's how you're doing it. Is you encounter someone that has demonstrated that they know what they're talking about. You're following their trace, and you're following their instructions. And every time that you're gonna follow the instruction, you instantly elevate yourself. I'm gonna use a term right now that I didn't want to use, but like that's truly the way it works, is that you are moving yourself to the vibration of the frequency, the radio wave that those people are on in. The reason why they get the results that they have is they are operating on a different radio wave. I'm using radio wave. That's not really like this. It's a wave, it's a frequency. But just for you to understand, if I'm putting myself into 107.5, I cannot listen to the music of 88.1, right? Like, this is very clear. Well, it's the same as well with success. And when you're acquiring yourself a mentor, when you're working with someone that is at this level, and he's not better than another person, that's not what I mean here, is just at a different frequency, and you're following instruction, you instantly elevate yourself to that frequency by following those instructions. This is why when my mentor said to me, you should shave, you'll see something will operate, something will appear. Well, it did appear, and more is appearing. So why won't you do the same thing? Because you know better. And again, trust me, I lived there, I would say probably for the first 42 years of my life. And it cost me a lot of money. It cost me a lot of positions, probably cost me some friends and relationships. So when are you gonna become humble enough to say, maybe I should do it differently? Maybe someone knows a faster path to get there. Or you do it your own way, at your own pace, and it's good too, right? But there's a price to pay. So what do you want? That's always like what you've got to see. What do you want? What is the price that you decide to pay to get to where you want to go? Do you have questions for me? I have like a little bit of time this morning, and I'm in a very good mood. Maybe that's because of my fresh baby face. Whatever, shoot. Mel, bonjour, ça va bien? Comment ça va au Québec? A little bit of French. Actually, during the weekend, I went like met a new person here on the island, and like that's the first time that I meet someone that speaks the 4 languages that we're speaking, and fluent in the 4, and with a different accent and different. And then, you know, I was like, well, it's very interesting to see how your personality is changing depending on where, like, which language you're speaking. And she's like, yeah, but you do the same too. And we don't think this way, but like from the moment I started thinking about it, like, you know, when I speak a different language, there's a different character that gets out of me, and different intonation, different expressions, which is really, really interesting. And well, this is part of self-image, and the self-image goes as well with the culture with whom you're coming from. Mel, sorry, Ontario. Well, probably beautiful as well, right? In this summertime. Eric, okay. So when you have a C goal, like in our methodology, like we are categorizing the goals like A, B, C, and C, like it's really like the goal that you want. How do you mix it with your spouse? Maybe it's in other direction or some fears. How do you treat this like a team? Well, that's an interesting one, and we talked about that actually yesterday with my wife, because like when I started this venture, she was not on board whatsoever. And what I've decided to do is like, okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it my way, and I'm not gonna talk to her about it because like she just didn't want to get involved. She decided to come on board when she saw the me changing. This is really where that there's something that shift in her, because she saw changes and she didn't want to miss out, right? FOMO, fear of missing out. So instead of pulling your spouse into working with you and forcing her to be part of a team that she doesn't want to, the best way of doing it is you're doing it yourself, and you're proving through results that it is working. You're proving it through your attitude that it is working. You're proving it through your actions that this is something really good. And ultimately, that person's going to come in the ranks. I have a friend, a client that like really, really ambitious, involved in multiple businesses and association and stuff. And the wife was really not supportive, actually. Like, once we organized an event together, and the wife was like with the family and like kind of laughing and like just making fun of this topic in general. And but it didn't bother him. He just kept going, kept doing his own thing until the time that, well, uh, maybe it is working. And now she start to understand. Now she start as well like to be in business for herself. Now she sees how important it is like to have the proper mindset. So now she's becoming open to the possibility. But it was at least like a couple years, if it's not a little bit more, before that this all came together. So I mean, normally when you're with a spouse, you're planning this for a long-term relationship, right? So I wouldn't make it like such a big deal that for now, you're not on the same frequency about this, that it's not that she's not on board. But it's truly to prove it through your action, through your attitude, through the way that you're behaving, that this is truly something that can be beneficial for you, for the children, for your family, for her. And I love to teach this to my daughter. Like, this is one of the things that I absolutely love, and I see like what have happened. If you have checked like my Monday morning coffee last week, I talked about that. And like this weekend, actually, yesterday morning, I was studying and I was talking to my daughter about that subject the day prior. So on Saturday morning, I was talking about that, and then yesterday morning when I was studying, like the same subject came up, and I called her over and I explained to her and I showed her, like, see, this is what I was talking about. This is what's happening. This is what you can do. This is what is need to be done, and this is the possibilities. And because children will follow instructions willingly, because for them you're the source of reference. And this is why it's so important that we are educating ourselves as parents, and we becoming the best version of ourselves, because whatever we have, whatever we say, whatever we do, we're going to transmit this to our children. So if you have fear of the government and the laws and the economy and all those things, you're passing right this up to your children. Your responsibility is to better yourself every single day, so then you can really transfer the right information to your children, so that they starting in this world like in a better position that we started as a child, right? So if you don't do it for yourself, do it for your children. Like, that's always what I say. And that, to me, this is just beautiful what's happening out of it. Mika is saying, I really want to know that how did you change your mindset, that problem to opportunities? Example, this COVID time, everybody lost jobs, business go down. How would I see as an opportunity? Well, everything, like, this is the law, right? This is the law of the universe. Everything has an opposite. So if this lockdown was really bad, I'm not saying it was not bad, but if it was bad, that means that the opposite of that, the law of polarity, means that there's something really good in it. So when you're living from the possibility and you're looking at the speck of possibility, because all possibility exists in this present time, right here, right now. My goal and my idea, my vision is to elevate my mind into that possibility. And there's like billions of possibilities. Which possibility do you want? What do you want? This is why the goal is so important. This is why the preparedness is so important. But most people are like, the people that were living in fear, were living in disorder because of conditioned circumstances. Well, they cannot see the possibility because they're living from the outside in. They're living of what they see, what they can see, smell, taste, touch. So that is your role, to become better at what you do and becoming a better version of yourself, and look at the possibilities. I mean, I have a client that started the day prior that the lockdown happened, paid in full, and called me the day, 2 days after, and just like, Marc, can I get my money back? And I was like, no. Like, this right now, what have happened is you got involved into this because that's exactly what you need for you to get out of this. And she trusted me. And during this COVID, she started 2 businesses. She's starting a 3rd one right now. And all of her investment came back. And right now, she will tell you, like, I am so grateful that I followed the instruction and that I continue with you. Because right now, if I wouldn't have done that, I would need to shut down everything. I would need to fire everybody. I would need to shut down, because like, she was working into the event business, like wedding, corporate events, and all those things. All this is shut for the year. March, month number 3, to at least December, which, like, in December, we're talking about like 9 months later. So she was able, because she had the proper mindset, she was able to see an opportunity, because she was not living from condition and circumstances, while that other people were closing their business, right? So that is the difference. This is why that investing in yourself and then follow the instruction of your mentor, of your coach, of the person that you see that can help you is paramount. You must do that. I hope that this helps. I hope that this gives you like a little kick in the butt, fire in your ass, and then you can go out there and start kicking ass, because that is really what we want to do, right? Thank you for tuning in. I'm really pumped, like, as you see, and then I'll take my baby face and then I'll start doing some business today. Have a great week, and I'll see you next week for another session of Monday Morning Coffee. Peace out.